Hi, Mike Mitchell here with eNVy. This video is a walk around of our 2022 eNVy neighborhood electric vehicle. We are in our studio in our production facility in Batesville, Arkansas, where we manufacture this vehicle, as well as Spartan mowers and Intimidator UTV. Now, what makes eNVy unique is it is a crossover between a golf cart and a UTV. You have a lot of ground clearance. You have large tires that are standard on them. Those are DOT radial tires with 15-inch aluminum wheels. It's a metal framed unit, so it's very strong. You also have a double wishbone independent front suspension. This unit's going to give you a lot better ride in rough surfaces than a traditional golf cart will. Now, the eNVy comes standard with rotomolded plastic. This is a structural plastic, so it's the same process of like Yeti coolers. You have tilt steering and power steering. So what makes it a golf cart is it's very easy to get on and get off. It's very easy to steer, easy to drive. You can go very slow or up to 20 miles an hour. You can adjust the parameters, so you can even give a code to a younger person and allow him or her to drive it at a slower speed set by you with a slower rate of acceleration, deceleration, stuff like that. I will go over that here in a minute. Now, this has an optional front bumper. We have a DOT glass window, or what you're looking at is a folding Lexan window, and this right here is an optional roof. This is the 4-passenger version, 2 facing forward and 2 facing backward. They have a built-in battery charger. So you just plug in a cord right here and you walk away. Even if you're gonna leave it for long periods of time, you can just leave it plugged in. Now, they have handles that go right here on the loop that has been removed. This is a 48-volt electric system with the battery watering kit standard. You have power converters, which converts it from 48 volts to 12 volts for accessories. You have your Curtis controller on it and built-in battery charger. You also have a tow and a run mode, and that switch right there. Now, this unit, when you stop on a hill, it's going to automatically lock the brakes. When you turn it off, it's going to automatically lock, I say the brakes, the rear end. So it's going to hold you on a hill. And if something should happen, if you would run out of battery juice, you just simply switch that over to tow, and that's going to release it, so that way you can push it or pull it. Now, I mentioned about the handles. The handles bolt in right here, and we just simply have not installed them yet. I just stole this one from the production line, and right now I just noticed that they have not been installed. Anyways, the video shall go on. This is a rear-facing flip seat. So right now you can see how the seat looks when it's in the passenger position. You have a very stout handle right here, 2 cup holders in the back, your foot area. If you would like to make this a cargo room, you just simply flip this down, and then you have a nice rubber lining for cargo, and then you can flip it again for storage. We have a low-speed vehicle version that's going to be available in early 2022, and that's going to come with seat belts. What you're looking at is the neighborhood electric vehicle, so seat belts are not required. However, the neighborhood electric vehicle does have turn signals, hazard lights, horn on it, and stuff like that. Very large 5-kilowatt brushless AC powered electric motor. The benefit of an AC powered electric motor is it is a sealed unit. It's not vented, so you don't have to worry about corrosion or anything on the inside. and you just have a lot more power. And then of course, electric vehicles are known for the instant torque. This unit right here with 4 people will be able to go up a hill faster than any other golf cart in its price range. You should have the rubberized mats here as well. You turn the screen on, it's gonna power up. Rather than a key, you enter a code, which I'm going to not show you. Then once you have the screen on, you have your turn signals that are standard. You have your hazard lights. You have a battery gauge, mile per hour, odometer, and your motor current. It tells you how many amps you're pulling. Your hours, it also tells you what gear you're in. I'm in neutral. You have forward and reverse. And this right here are your headlights. And then of course a horn. Now, one of the unique things about an eNVy is you can adjust the parameters as you go. Your screen, of course, brightness, vehicle settings right here. So you have an owner and an operator. You can adjust both the owner and the operator, and you can, adjust the speed and everything. For an example, if you have someone younger who you want to allow them to ride it, however, you don't want them to go the maximum speed, which is 20 miles an hour. If you want to slow it down to as little as 5, the acceleration, you want it to accelerate slow so they don't jump on it, step on the gas accidentally and just, get up to the speed fast. You can adjust the acceleration very slow so it takes more time to get up to the max speed. And then the deceleration is like regenerative braking. If you're familiar with an old Kubota RTV, and if you let go of the gas pedal and it kind of slings you forward, that is somewhat what this is. You can adjust that. Like right now it has very heavy deceleration, so if you let go of the gas pedal, it's going to slow you down pretty fast, which is also going to put a little bit more juice into the batteries. Or you can go all the way down with it, and it is basically going to allow you to roll kind of like you're used to in a car. So you can adjust all the parameters like that, save it, and then have a separate code for an operator. So for an example, your young son or daughter can jump on this, enter their own code, and then each time they turn it on, it's going to have that, those parameters set. You can change the passcode, clock and date, status and info, and this is going to tell you, the type of batteries that you have. You can set reminders. If there's any kind of faults, it's going to give you that information right there. And idle timeout. So what this is if you are riding the unit and if you jump off and if you leave the unit on, right now it's set for 5 minutes. So if you leave it on for 5 minutes, it's automatically going to shut it down. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or disabled, which means it'll never shut it down. So that's a pretty cool unit if you're working with this. I live on some property in Georgia on top of a hill, and this unit is the unit that my kids and my wife wants to drive all the time. It is super quiet, very easy to drive, very nice to go slow, or if you want to go 20 miles an hour. It just is so fun to drive, and you can have a conversation with your passengers as we are right now. These are 15-inch aluminum wheels with, I mentioned, the DOT tires. Mentioned they come standard with turn signals, hazard lights, horn. Then you have your LED headlights with daytime driving lights as well. I showed you the storage underneath the back. You also have some storage right here underneath the hood. This is where you'll find your battery watering kit. And so what this is you just hook the end of the tube up, then you put one end into distilled water, and then you're gonna hook that end of the tube into this water line right here. And then that is gonna allow you to siphon water in each of the battery cells. and it's going to literally take 30 to 60 seconds to check the water level of the batteries and also to top them off and fill them up. Lead acid batteries, they're great units. They're reliable if you don't let them go dry, especially during the heat of the summer. When you're using this and charging it a lot, you do need to check it. And as long as you maintain the water level of the batteries, you're going to last, or they will last a long time. If you have any questions, let us know. Go to ridewithenvy.com. You have to go to a dealer and drive these. They've been in production for a little over 2 years now. We've been super blessed with it. During these COVID times, supply chain issues are very difficult, but we have been able to raise the production level a couple times here recently. And so we're about to go out and even sign up some more dealers as we can continue to increase our production numbers. Again, ridewithenvy.com. Thank you.